It says that we are not quite live yet, which is strange. What did I do? Did I not press go live? I am live. Okay. I don't know how much of that they saw. I don't know why there's such a delay with the connection here. But here is Timo and Joe in round one. We did do intros, but for some reason, when I press go live, if I click away from the screen too early, funny stuff happens. But welcome to today's stream. We have Timo Vaatainen, current backgammon world champion from the Monte Carlo tournament, against Joe Bernaba from Lebanon. An absolute phenomenon, has worked his way through this tournament systematically, crushing people one by one, myself included, by the way. He was one of my defeats in this tournament before I was knocked out as the 11th person, which was very annoying getting knocked out, but you know what happens. So, welcome everybody today for being here. Thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us, and it is very much appreciated. Today, we will be playing maximum of 8 5-point matches. This is the first round in the final 8, so there will be 4 matches. 3 of them will be streamed. One of them we had a hard time coordinating with my schedule, so that one will not be on. But today we have current world champion versus Joe Bernaba from Lebanon. Later we will have Mark Olson versus Kentaro Mejo. This is on another day. That will be, I think, Wednesday. And on Thursday, we have Gaz Owen from the UK playing. And Gaz, who will he be playing? Totally. Oh, yes, yes. What is his name? Johannes, I believe. He's like, I think number 1 or 2 on Galaxy right now. Got a 5-1 to play, of course. This is not much of a number. Not sure if coming out is better than just playing 13 to 7, which is what I would do. I don't love coming out when I'm down in the race this much. 13 to 7 puts a spare on the 7 point, which I think is useful. This could get double hit a bit too much, I think, because there is no like 4 duplication anywhere. I have Joe and Timo reversed. Okay, cool. I will fix that. Thank you for the chat on that one. So let's see if I can do that and put Timo down here and see if I can move Joe up here. Let's see here. And yeah, okay, that's Joe. And we'll see if we can move Joe up here. And I can't. Why is that? It's locked. Okay, let's move him to the top. And then we'll make this other one visible again. Okay, good. Good. We're doing it. We're doing it on the fly. Thank you for the updated information. Right. Getting this going as professional as possible. And we'll put this one on top. I'm just working in our program here. We'll put this below mine. I see what I did. And we'll do it like that then. Okay, I think this works now. All right. We have fixed the players' cameras. The thing is, I can't really arrange it ahead of time because I don't know who's going to be on the top or bottom when they start to play each other. Just, I don't know if it's random or if it's who requests the match who ends up on bottom. I don't know if it's done alphabetically. I4 makes the advanced anchor, of course. Fantastic shot. We have Jeff Hall here, said greetings from Vegas. Nice to have you in the chat, Jeff. If you're in Vegas, it is very early or very late, Vegas. What's it like? 2 a.m. there? So very easily could be up from the night before, double ones from the roof. 2-6. It's a nice return shot from the roof. Makes this game quite playable for white now. Was nervous for Joe for a minute from the roof. And double fours, okay. This is an interesting shot because you really want to block 6 away. And so blocking the 6 away becomes like really important. And then maybe you just slot. Yeah, I mean, I like blocking 6 away better than making the 5 almost. Of course, after 4-2, it looks better to have done this. 6-3. And 6-1, I mean, is this where you just hop out? Get off the butterfly anchor. You are kind of priming yourself when you're up in the race, and everything else just seems a bit destructive. When white hops off their anchor, which is what they're going to do now, right? You can see how your outside position is looking really stripped, and then make the 7, I would. Double 6, what a shot. And this, wow, yeah, okay. I mean, are you doing this just to get to a cube? Maybe you just come all the way around, you pay off to 5-2 and 6-1. 6-2, okay. And now he's down 8 pips, so this is takeable for sure. Just due to the race, you're not even down 10%, right? So looks very easily takeable. And 6-5 comes out with, no, it comes out with both, right? You can just come out with both. Look at that. Now, oh, double 6, sick. Oh, okay. We see how this is going. This race is over. The only way for black to catch up is to do what white did already, which is roll like 2 double sixes in a row. Oh, there's the first one. Okay. Threaten him. One more. No, not yet. Still has a chance. 4-1's a misser. Another double 6, and it's possible. 6-5, okay. You're going to need a double 6, though. 3-1, not good enough. There's the double 4s. And double 6, 1 roll. Not there. You see? Got closer than you thought it would. Needed a second double 6 to put the fear in him. 3-2 makes the advanced anchor. Double 3s comes up and down. Basic stuff. And even though black is doing great in this game, I would just play 13-7. Oh, what a shot. Yeah, I mean, you gotta come out and you have to cover and cover. I mean, oh, okay, I see. So you can't anchor and then cover both. I don't know. I almost prefer this play to cover than covering both because I like the anchor, even if things go wrong. Things don't go that wrong. Difficult play, though, of course, because you could cover both. But he could still just enter and you could have serious problems. 3-2, okay. You would have preferred to cover. Thank you all for tuning in today. If you wouldn't mind smashing the like button and subscribing to the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel, it will help alert other people to streams like this in the future, of course. It helps out the YouTube algorithms. My name is Justin Knoll. I am your commentator for this series here. You may have seen me in films like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Kidding, by the way. Kidding. I was not in that movie. I think I'm too young to be in that movie. 6-2, okay. You could make that point, or you could do this and play with no blots. This seems okay as well. The other play would have left more blots. 5-4 just covers, okay. So black is down 11 pips. Oh, that's a pretty good number. Gets to make the 3-point. And 2-3 is like a cube now, right? You can't do this. You probably just slot the 5 and do this. And now maybe you double. Seems reasonable. Don't just get stuck looking at the race, right? I mean, just look at the position. There's a shot. The other side was still back on the 24. None of that was ideal. And you're also trailing in the match, so flipping the cube improves, your overall chances of helping yourself catch up in the race to 5. The score is now 2 away, 3 away, which is a pretty volatile score as far as gammons are concerned. You want to be doubling earlier in more gammonish positions. But white has black has 4 checkers back here. Is this a cube? This seems way too easy. I know you want to double early at these scores, but this seems, I mean, you still have 4 checkers back. I would likely bet that that was a no double. Personally, I would bet it. The score is volatile as far as gammons are concerned, but it just didn't seem that crazy. Oh, 1-5-4. Okay, maybe you hit loose and come out. Yeah, I like this a little bit better. 4-1 makes all the structure. I like this. No, don't do that. You want to block the point away, and now 1-6 is an absolute disaster. 1-5 splits off the back and plays down. You must split off the back. You cannot allow yourself to get trapped there. And 4-1 has to hit and then maybe split off the 24 point. I like that. 4-2 makes the advanced anchor. 5-4. Yeah, I guess so. It's a bit of a disaster either way. And it looks like Joe is killing him in this game. It's okay. That hits, which is wild. 1-6 just comes out. This helps to protect the outfield. 1-2, that's okay. This only gives 2-6. 2-5. Maybe no, I wouldn't cover. I think I would just come down. Yeah. You don't want him leaving. And 4-3 hits. Double twos, okay. He hasn't left yet. Another double twos followed by a 1-6. 4-1, okay. In the 1-6, I called it. He comes out, and if he doesn't hit him, double fours, a disaster. Double fives, this hits, makes the 2-point. Do you just come out from the 24? Is that a bit much? 5-3. I mean, how sick is this game? One of the sicker games I've ever seen. The only thing that would make it sicker is top. Nope, that makes the 6 prime. Wow. Wow. If you thought that was absolutely disgusting, throw a 1 into the chat. The number 1 into the chat. Please interact. Smash the like button for the sickness. Subscribe to the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel for the sickness. I mean, that was absolutely gross. Yeah, I mean, you see the look on Joe's face. He can't believe it. I can't believe it either. I mean, that was disgusting. Thank you all for tuning in today. If you missed this game, it was one of the sickest games I've ever seen, where the guy was just counter primed into oblivion in a game where it looked like he couldn't lose, like an almost impossibility. 4-3 just clears from the rear. 5-4 just keeps on clearing. And as long as he doesn't roll a double and leave a shot, he misses. And Timo wins this game, but not with a gammon. So it'll now be 1 away Crawford, 2 away. And the Crawford rule in backgammon basically says that Joe can't double this game, essentially, right? But he can win an undoubled gammon. But he can't double the game to 2 because he just got to 1 away. So a very interesting rule which affects the dynamics of the game because this is gammon go for Joe, meaning that, he might make plays that win more gammons, even at the cost of winning games, to be honest, right? And I guess we hit lose. We could just make it. Yeah, okay. 6-2 makes the. Well, you can't make that. Wow, okay. Interesting. 2-1 just comes out and slots, I guess. Oh, it's the other side. Double fours. This makes the 5, of course. 6-3. All right. I guess 5-1 just comes out from the 21 because you have no other 5 to play. I don't I don't love that one. Why are we hitting? We're up in the race. We could just come off of the 18. Oh, I guess he's making the gammon go play. But getting hit loses a lot of games. But I guess he was playing the score there. Oh, and the 1-6. So he's thinking about whether or not he should or should not hit back because he's concerned, of course, about losing a gammon and losing the entire match. He does hit, and the 1-3 hits back. And he hits back this way so as not to prime himself and give his opponent a good like 1-6 or 4-6 from the roof, getting himself trapped behind a 5 prime. And 5-3 cannot escape. And this leaves multiple blots in the outfield. 6-3 does hit one of them if you want to. This looks a bit scary, but it does win a lot of games. But scary it certainly does look. Yikes. Could he avoid hitting again? Oof. Really tough decision. And now he just kind of loses the game. He could just come out. I like coming out. Oh, I think that sacrifices a lot of wins. Winning again, of course, is also good. He just, no. Ooh. 4-3. And I guess you just come off from the 24. Double fours fans. And now Timo wins a gammon that he can't use, of course, because winning more than 1 point isn't even possible. And this just closes him out. And it appears, unless there is some sort of catastrophe or meteor or some sort of catastrophic event happening on planet Earth, that Timo is going to win this match. And we get to find out he doesn't want to hit because it sacrifices wins now. You know, you can't win gammons, you can't win backgammons. So what happens sometimes is the board gets a bit funny, and the more they fan, the more likely it is for white to get a shot. So at some point they stop hitting. And we can see that the structure might be getting a little awkward. That's actually a pretty good roll to even things out, but 6-5, 6-4, not 5-1 though. Okay, 6-1, he wants to fan. Oh, but he enters with both, and Timo wins the very first match. And we will see the PRs coming up. And Timo wins the PR. All right, so we have 2 points for Timo, and we have 1 point for, sorry, no points for Joe. So how am I going to add this in here? Let's add a text, create a new text, and see where we can add this. We will go 2 points. It's just not working, is it? Okay, well, that's not going to work for the time being. But Timo has 2 points. Let's just remember that, okay? Very close one on the PR. Obviously, certainly much more difficult. I know this because I streamed my matches, but being streamed versus not being streamed, the kind of things going through that. Also, you know, playing in a high pressure atmosphere against another world class player, like to have it be separated by that much is just very, very small margins here. But we just go by what Galaxy says. We've been doing that all tournament long, and we're not going to change now. And the winner, you know, if points are tied by the end, goes by median PR, right? So, you know, we'll take all the matches played and we'll average it down to their middle point of all of their matches. And then whoever played the lowest there will be the winner. Not like the normal UBC format where they play for your total average, where they take everything, add it together, and divide by the number of matches played. That's not what's being done here. A white fan again, but black is still with 2 checkers trapped on the 24. 4-1 enters and hits, which is a great number for Joe, and double fours points, and then plays 10-6. So now there's a new favorite in town. And this, oh, he hit. He had no choice. He had a 1-4. There are some gammons in the air if he rolls a 4. So this is a market losing sequence probably if he doesn't roll a 1. And now he should cube, I think. This is going to be a very difficult game for white, and they lose quite a few gammons with the checker on the 24 point. So I do like this cube here. And it's a pass. Okay, so he passes. 6-2 hits loose after the 5-4. That's a book move. This hits back 4-2. Just splits both backmen. I think maybe 23 point and then split to the 20. That seems reasonable. And here I would just make the 3. 5-4 makes the advanced anchor and comes down. This all seems reasonable. Nice structure building roll there. Or 2 makes the point, 5-1, okay. In the last match, I think the cube at 2 away, 3 away from Timo was very, very early. I think he would have won the PR by quite a bit more if it wasn't for that one cube. But you could say that about any particular player, right? If one person didn't do this or one person didn't do that, their PR would be better. And it's much easier for me not being involved in the match to kind of watch it with a bird's eye view than it is to be in it. Um, and it could be right. I haven't looked at the analysis. 3-1 just makes the 5, and double twos makes the 4, and the 11. And I guess plays 18 to 16. That seems reasonable. 6-1 just makes the bar on the other side, and 5-3 just hops out. And now black has a very strong lead. White has to split immediately, and now if he wasn't leading in the match, you could probably cube, and 6-2 leaves a shot regardless of what you do, so you might as well hit, and now you got a double if he misses. And he does miss, so I think you should probably cube now. You have tons of wins. You're up 17 pips. Your checkers are out from beyond the structure. I know you're up maybe 3 away, 5 away. It's not a cube, but seemed pretty strong. But I guess after this anchor, you don't really have much. So maybe the score kept it from being a cube. Thank you all for tuning in today. I am your host with the most. Whatever. Who knows? I'm just Justin, by the way. Professional backgammon player, commentator, and coach from New York City, currently living in London. I have my own YouTube channel, of course. Justin Noel plays BG on YouTube, so feel free to check that out. I'll be running a contest giving away free lessons once I hit 3,000 subscribers on my channel. Of course, if anyone's interested in lessons, please email me. Double fives fans. And he's already cubed, so the 1 has to continue to hit. And I would just bring the 3 down. I like this. 6-2. Seems reasonable to do this. And then we could play 13-11, or we could make the 8, playing for a priming game if he rolls an ace accidentally, right? Now having the 8 would have been nice. But he fans. I don't feel the need to kind of turn this into a blitz. I'm not sure if that's entirely necessary. I feel like your priming potential could have been very strong in this game as well by just making the 8. Because you do have the 5 and 4 made. You did have that silly checker on the 1, though, which might have been necessary at the time, but then could often make you think maybe I'm not priming. 3 is a bit of a funny roll. Not sure about that. Maybe I just come out and slot the 5. You could come out and slot the 3, try to find some duplication. Double fives makes the 3-point. No, it doesn't. It you can make the 6 prime this way. Okay. Maybe you just hit both. Yeah, I think that's got to be the play, Joe. That looks strong. You don't even care about being hit, really, because he has so many checkers behind your structure. Timo with the drink break. I'll enter later, he says. 5-6. 6-2 just comes out. Hits for a lack of a better thing to do. And I guess this can just make the 18. Seems reasonable. This hits and steps up with the 1, or it doesn't hit, it just comes up and comes down. And 5-3 hits. It's a nice roll. 6 comes out. 4-1 hits. I would remake the, well, no, I guess you don't need to. You just want to cover this. Okay, that's good. Put yourself in a double anchor game. You might as well. I don't see the downside of it, even besides the fact that you don't have the time to play it. I mean, you're only down 53 pips, but still doesn't seem that bad to give it a go. At worst, you'll have an ace point game later when you come off the 23. Yeah, I think I would keep it. But I can see why he didn't. But I would have tried to. And he brings both in instead of covering with the idea of like killing his sixes by bringing everything in. So now if he rolls a 6, he doesn't have to play it, which is good. On 2. Bad number here, 6-5 maybe. You 1, okay, that's good. He wants low rolls. And double 5s leaves a shot, actually. The wrong 4, but at least he gets to hold his board, and that sped him up, by the way. So if he gets to pop a number here and hop out, no, I would make this and bring it in. Yeah, okay, that's awful. That makes Joe happy. I have to sneeze here. Thank you all for tuning in today, by the way. I am your host, Justin, and that was a disgusting roll. The double 3s. All he needed was like a 5 or a 6 to hold his structure and give himself a chance. But now with the cracked board, it's got nothing. And Joe is just trying to win a gammon here. He's not trying to play safe when his opponent has a broken board, so he's going to rip checkers off as fast as he can. Double 6. That could help save the gammon. Of course, it will help save the gammon. But will it save the gammon is the question. 6-5 brings 2 in. I know it wastes a pip, but maybe you get a shot. Getting a shot could help save the gammon. 4-1, no shots. Double 2s, he runs out to get off of the BG, and if he rolls a deuce, he could save the gammon. Joe does not want to roll a 2. 6-4, and now he needs a double, and Joe wins the gammon, and now it is 1 away, 2 away Crawford, as we know the Crawford rule now, of course, if we weren't familiar with it before. Black cannot double here for this game, so they can't just pick up 2 points without winning an undoubled gammon, which he can do, by the way. Someone said, bless you, Justin, in the chat. Thank you very much. I forgot that I sneezed a moment ago. I thought someone was just putting a prayer over me, which was also nice, I guess. Thank you. 4-2 makes the point. This is good for Timo's undoubled gammon winning chances. I would enter with the 2 and just push the ace up. He does it the other way, but I can't escape that way, so I like this better. 3-1 makes the 5, you see, and now he can get out with a 6. He does not get out with a 6, but he could have gotten out with a 6. 3-1 just hits loose for the gammons. 2-3 hits back, okay. And he enters with 1-6. This just hops out. And a 6. No 6, no 6. 3-2. 4-2. Guess you're going to hit loose again. The gammon would be huge here for Timo. 4-2. He doesn't get it. This is awkward. He wants to cover, but he can't. At least this duplicates twos. Yeah, we're not breaking the bar. 1-3. Okay, he's got a safe place to put that three, which is nice. And 5-4, I guess. Oh, then you could duplicate the aces and come off the 18. Look at that. Nice play. 4-1 makes the 6 prime and just comes down from here. Yep, I like this. And Timo is crushing at the moment. I guess we just play 2 down from the 14. So even though Joe looks like he's going to lose this game, he probably will not lose a gammon, which is very, very nice for him. 6-4. All right, no ace for the counter prime. 6-5, okay. The 5 comes in, and we're just looking to see if black structure gets any awkward, right? Double sixes, double fives leave shots now. 3-2 is a perfectly good shot. He's not really winning any gammons here, so taking 2 off, I think, might be wrong, because you could just lose. I mean, max, you're going to win, what, 3% gammons? And so you fought for it, and now you're going to lose. Oh, no. I mean, the 3% gammons you win in this position is almost nothing, so winning seems nice. So that little extra risk, as we can see, did not pay off. And now Joe wins the match, and now we have to see if he wins the PR. I don't know. I wouldn't have taken the risk even at the gammon go score. Just didn't seem like there's enough wins. Even in a perfect world, you only win like max 3%, 3.5, something. And now Joe wins the match. He wins the PR, and we are back to even. 2 points for Joe Bernaba, 2 points for Timo Vaatainen. Crazy, crazy, crazy start. 2-6 hits back on the 5. And you'll see they fight for these points very early in every game. This is proper backgammon strategy. You should not be afraid if to get hit back, because it might work, by the way. And if it doesn't, because it often doesn't, it's not like your game is just awful. It just transforms into a different type of game, right? So it's okay. Just getting over being sick, by the way. So the fact that I've got this energy today is nice. Very nice. I would not be doubling this. It looks too easy. Black being in a 4-3 game is not bad, so Timo's 6-3 is probably why his PR wasn't great. Simon Bargett, nice to see you in the chat today, buddy. I've been watching your streams as well. If anyone is unfamiliar with Simon Bargett, he has his own YouTube channel as well. Feel free to go check it out, along with mine, of course, Justin Knoll Plays BG. And, of course, the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel as well. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be streaming 3 out of the 4 final 8 matches. I just don't have... my schedule does not align with one of the matches, but the other 3 will be streaming. Double fours. This looks like a nice shake. I would come out to the 18 and maybe come all the way to the 14 instead of making the point. I like the idea of maybe controlling the outfield a little bit better and keeping the 8. 3-2, okay. This plays just fine for now. And now 5-3. This is a great shot. Comes all the way off of the 21 to the 13. This allows him to have some control over the outfield. Now, if he rolls a 4, he'll be able to hit him, but he doesn't. He doesn't. So there's the ace. And does he just make it, or does he want to play safe by coming down? Safe doesn't necessarily mean win more, by the way. He certainly gains if Joe rolls 2-1 here. And he's just assessing whether or not it's worth the risk, how close the race is. Double six, you see, he gains on this shot as well. Because now he gets a direct shot. Yes, and now that he sees that it would be a double direct, I think he's going to stay right there and just bring the 14 in. But now he has a chance to roll a 4 or a 9 or a 12 to hit him. Double six also hits, but not a 7. And now I'm definitely not leaving the shot. Probably not. I mean, maybe you will, but okay, this way. This way is more interesting. Probably just do this. This seems to be the more annoying way to play it, which means annoying for your opponent. But maybe this is fine as well. 6-5, okay, that's fine. 4-6. Double fives is a shot lever. Again, this happened to him before. Absolutely disgusting. And if Timo rolls a 2, Joe's going to throw his computer out of the window. No, it doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. 4-3. That he did it again. He got missed last time and then just made the points. It's hard to complain about bad rolls if your opponent doesn't hit them, which is nice. If you're going to roll poorly, have your opponent also roll poorly, then you don't get punished for the poor roll. It's nice. Very nice. Double fours. He's just deciding whether or not he should leave because how likely is it that he's going to get a shot anyway? Not very likely. He's going to have to stick around for roll after roll after roll, but he might. And now he has to, or else he should have run last time, right? I would have stuck around again. I don't feel like I'm getting gammoned, and if I stuck around last time, I'm going to stick around the next time. Just to try to, oh, and he would have gotten a shot, and he would have hit! He would have hit. He would have hit, but who's keeping track of that? Only sickos like me. All right, so Joe has taken a 2-point lead in this match here. This is match number 3. We are tied at 2 points each. Timo versus Joe in the final 8. Of course, Timo Vaatainen, current backgammon world champion, and Joe, the young phenomenon from Lebanon. Phenomenon and Lebanon do rhyme. Probably why I'm choosing the word, of course. Timo doubles, great double. I mean, yeah. The take is not enjoyable. You do have 3 checkers back, but there is a gap on the 5, and he's not out yet. He's not out yet, right? So maybe you can just take this. It's not nice, though. Not nice. I don't love it. 3 checkers back. You've got no structure. You're down like 25 pips, but he's not out yet. Oh, fills in the prime. 5-3 makes the point. See, he's not dead yet. Not dead yet. Double ones was an exceptional roll. This makes the 2-point on his head. Nothing else to do, really. 5-3, not ideal. I guess you can just go to the 1 instead of hitting, but that sacrifices wins, but... Wow. What are you doing here? I mean, you kind of have to give up, no? And just hope to not get gammoned? And I guess in that vein, red should stay back. Sorry, black should stay back. Try to get another shot. 6-1 misses, but he should probably stay back again. I'd probably stay back again. Right? Make things awkward for him. Three one just slots the remaining points. Double fours. Makes the 1, goes to the 2, holds the structure, tries to keep him from coming out for a minute longer. This makes the 5 and plays from 6 to 4 and 3-2 covers, I think. You could do this as well. And 6-4 leaves a shot, but why speak that into existence, Justin? Why did you do that? That wasn't nice of you. And double fours, hits and covers. Sickening, sickening, sickening. I'm sorry. I want you all to know that we are currently living in a computer simulation, and anything that I speak into reality becomes existence. So don't get on my bad side. And I mean, it probably was a pass ages ago. His take point is that the score on the 4 cube is what, like 16%, which he clearly doesn't have. Maybe he was playing on for the first after double fours. Makes sense. Someone in the chat says Timo was shot by Justin, which is my old screen name. Very true. And someone said I always do that, and that is true, which is why I am telling you that everything I speak comes into existence. So be very nervous. Be very nervous. All right, so we could make the 2 or we could hit on the 3. It's an interesting decision, actually. Double sixes. Okay, that's good for the race, but he still is trapped on the 18 point. So that's not ideal. Double fives would, of course, been much better. And here, you should be looking to try to get off the 18 in some way, but maybe this number isn't good enough to do so. Like 5-2, you would have done it. 4-2, you probably would have done it. And now you're in this spot where you want to do it, but you can't because his board is now too good. Thank everyone for tuning in today. Please smash the like button on the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm and allows people to see this stream that might not have known it existed before. Subscribe to the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. Who do you think is going to win this tournament today, this match? Do you think Timo's going to win? Or do you think Joe's going to win? If you think Joe's going to win, please put a 1 in the chat. If you think Timo is going to win, please put a 2 into the chat. 6-1, you just lift, I think. There's no need to leave the 1-6, I think. But maybe it's not too bad because of his board. 1, 2, okay. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. 4-1 double hits, of course. He hits back, but I like White's chances. And if he rolls a 3, 5-2 just brings this in. Double ones! And he switches, of course. And now I still want to be White here. But Black did have a small chance. I would want to be White even with 2 on the roof. Yes, I would. And now he's getting smoked. We've got 2s. We've got 1s in the chat. Even so far. Nice to see we have equal fans of both. Six three. He's just trying to avoid leaving a shot, but this leaves a shot with double 5s. I think you could bear in the other way maybe and avoid that, but maybe it's not a big deal because Black's board is busted, of course. Double 2s. Doesn't take anybody off. I would have taken 1 off, but I know why he didn't. But I would have. And now he's cleared that point. And Black is in some serious trouble, but White doesn't have a lot of checkers off. 6-5 just continues to go all the way. No shot yet. He rolled a 2. 4-3 covers. 4-1, no shot. And no, he doesn't want to come off. He just goes to the 1. So he can stay back for 5-1, 5-2 next roll. 6-2. 4-3. He's forced to run out, and Joe wins the second match. And we have to see who picks up the PR point. So far, it is tied 2-2, but after the third match, Joe takes the lead. He is now up 4 points to 2 with 3 matches out of a potential 8 matches played. That was a very close one, very well played by both players. 4-3 just hits and comes down. 5-2 enters and hits coming up like this, and 5-2. I want to re-roll. How is everyone doing today? We are live, so feel free to type into the chat. Let me know who you think is going to win today. Obviously, the guy who has more points right now, I think, is going to win. Of course, if Timo had more points, I would think he was going to win. For me personally, all right, that's just how that goes. Whoever has more points right now, I think is going to win, of course. But anything can happen. It's still early. We've only had 3 out of our potential 8 matches so far, depending on the point total. Whoever gets to, I believe, 9 first mathematically is the winner. Right now, there are 4 points for Joe and 2 for Timo. Oh boy. 4-3, 4-2. This gets to just make the 2, I think. I mean, hitting doesn't really seem to gain all that much, but it does give up an asset, which would have been your anchor, of course. So this hits and goes to the 8. 5-6 just comes out to try again. And 6-3 can hit. It can. And it does. And 3-1 enters and hits back. And now he needs a 5, but he fanned. And now the cube comes flying. It comes flying. There's another blot in the outfield. Any 4 will cover. He's on the roof against a significantly better board, but white does have 3 checkers back, but Joe has no priming structure. Sorry, Timo has no priming structure. 2-1 just makes the bar point. And double sixes, I mean, this is like not a cube, but like close to something. Double 6, awful roll. Awful, by the way. Oh. I mean, I would almost keep the 8 and maybe just slot the deuce, you know? You could clean it up like this as well. Yeah, this seems okay. The problem I have with this is the other guy gets to roll. And there are so many blots in the outfield. There are so many blots in the outfield. I mean, it makes me nervous. I get nervous when I play with this many blots. I'm not going to lie. I get very nervous because I just know he rolls some random number and then I am dead. But I know that's also a bias of mine. So maybe this is correct. You know, we all have to figure out what biases we have as players and find out like why it's wrong and just understand that we need to like correct these sorts of things. So maybe this is correct, but we can see that he's not sure, right? He's not like confident and just clicking away. I would be not sure either. Joe doubles from the roof and he doesn't hit him. 3-2. I guess you're going to just make the 4 point. What else are you going to do? You could hit, but this still keeps all the blots. I don't love that. I would just make the point. Making points is good. So you make the 7, and I guess you just cover. 6-2 hits. Probably not better than hitting. But I don't know if you need to come off your 20 to hit, but maybe you do. That does look a bit ugly, but it does give him some chances from the roof if he comes off his anchor. Why leave a shot without hitting? You know, that doesn't make any sense. This gives him 5-1, 4-1, 5-2, 4-2 is good numbers. Double ones. Fantastic shot. And does the cube come back now? Look at all the blots in the outfield. You're not really primed. Give it to him. Put the pressure on him. Put the pressure on him. Yeah, let's go, Timo. Put the pressure. Yeah. Yeah, it's terrifying. You got 3 blots in the outfield and you're leading in the match. You could see how you could easily win, and you can see how you easily get gammoned. Yeah, we love these cameras going on here, huh? It's fantastic. You can see the pain, the struggle, the strife. Three two makes the point. 4-6 hits back. Double fours makes the point again, and I guess we just play this. Could also probably get away with 6-2, but this is a fantastic number from the roof, the 6-1. Duplicating the twos. Very cute. 4-3, okay. He could hit, but that's 4s and 6s and 2s from the roof. Double 4s, okay. Really? I might have broken the 13. He doubles. He must be up a ton in the race, but it's only 13. Not sure about that cube. It looks like a bit too easy of a take. Because even after this, you're not down a ton with black on roll, but maybe you, I guess, lost your market here. Double fours. You could go to the, yeah, you could just do this. Give yourself some more landing spots. Mm. 5-3, okay. You won. 6-5, okay. You kind of have to stay back a bit, right? I mean, now you could leave a shot. And 6-1, and you stay back on the 18 just in case he rolls 2-1. 2-1 would be a bad number for him. Double ones, he can't play perfectly either. He can't hit and cover, right? So now he has to decide whether or not he wants to hit and risk the 11 numbers from the roof. 2-3, I guess, just covers. You gain on 6-1. You gain on 6-2 as well because he can't hit and cover. You also gain on 4-1. I think he should have stayed and just covered his board because he's not doing great in this race. Maybe I'll be releasing a lesson on my channel on bad numbers soon. I have a concept in mind I think about diving into a little bit deeper. So maybe if we can timestamp this for me and send me this timestamp in an email, somebody out there, maybe I can pull that out if it was wrong. You know, we don't know if it was wrong, but we could take a look at it. Maybe toss that into the lesson with a few other positions from tournaments I've seen. Double six, though. Double six was good. 6-3. The thing is we know that his recube at the score. What is his take point on the recube? So if he doubles, he's doubling for the match. If he passes, it's going to be 1 away Crawford, 4 away, which means his take point is 19%. He's worried about rolling a 2. I would be as well. Emo doubles. And can he double on the fact that if he rolls a 2, he's killing him? No, maybe because he could roll a 1. Emo unsure about the pass. 6-5, okay. He runs. 4-2 makes the point. 6-2 just runs out. I think you could run out. You were up a lot. Running is the DMP play, right? Trying to escape the back checker is very much a DMP idea. Always run the last guy, you know? Except here, when you're losing the race, I would have stayed back and played 13-7 or something. You weren't winning the race anymore. I think. I4 misses, but you can't allow him to point on you, so you have to come out. 4-2 hits, and I guess makes something. No, steps up. Okay. 1, 2. I guess you could make the outside points and leave no shots. Here you leave 5-6 and 5-4. What for? I don't know. Oh, it's disgusting. Like, do you want to hit? Can you let the guy out? You know, can you just let him out? You want to make the 6 prime or you want to dupe the aces? I don't know. I might have made the 6 prime, but 5-2, and now you're just losing the game. Now you're just losing. They are playing 8 matches today. This is match number 4, where Joe is currently in the lead, 4 points to 2. Double 6, okay. He's going to need more of that. 6-1, 3-1. Okay, Joe helping him out. Another 6-1, 5-3, 6-3. Double threes. Okay, fantastic number for Joe. And then a miss from Timo. Okay. Joe's going to need something good to put the fear in him. 3-1 is a misser. Okay, he feels good again. But don't miss. Timo rolls well. 2-1, the worst. 3-2. Don't miss, Joe. There you go. Okay. Now we are post Crawford, so the cube is live again from Joe, and it is one away post Crawford, three away, which gives Timo automatic takes at the score, basically, which is why Joe hasn't doubled yet, because he knows that he could double and take basically anything. Basically anything. Not anything, but basically anything. 4-5, and the 5 comes down. 3-2, I would just play 13 to 8. I don't even need to hit, really. 6-1 makes the bar. All seems like reasonable stuff. Okay, well, yeah, that is a play. I was wondering if maybe we could come out, but maybe that's silly. 6-3. Yeah, I can see that. I like this making the 1, not getting hit again. I think that's okay. 4-1, I guess I slot the 2 and maybe move the ace up, which is okay as well. 4-2 makes the 9 point. I like that for the time being, actually, even though you're going to have to break it in a moment. I think allowing him to escape with a 5 is not good for you. And here, yeah, you can do this. 4-1, right? We get him to break his board. And now we hope to roll something low to medium so we don't get a shot. We do not want stuff like this. That is too much because now when he escapes, we're not doing great. 3-1, he can still play. I would clear the 8 and then play the 1 to, yeah. Yeah, because I do need to clear that point. Come out with 1 and make the 2. And 6-4 is a shot lever. And any 4 from the roof, he doubles. 6-1 fills in the 4. And now a 6. That's the wrong 6. 2 first, then the 6 off, I think. 2 first, then 6. 4-3, okay. 5-1. 5-2's a shot lever. A 2 for Joe. No, no 2. And it looks like Timo's doing great in this match. And now he rolls a 2, of course. 6-5. Okay. 6-1, 5-1. Nope. And Joe loses this match. Timo is the winner. And now we will see who wins the PR point. Oh, and Timo crushes the PR on this one. And we are back to even. 4 points each going into the 5th match. I was asked, when is it not an auto take at a 3-away score post Crawford? And I will say that there is a point where you can wait too long, where maybe the gammon rate is so ridiculously high that, like, now the threat of losing 4 points might be a bit too much, but it does take a lot. For 1 from the roof, okay. Probably play the 1 in and the 4 down. I like this. Trying to cover. This seems fine. This looks like it's loose on both sides of the board, which I don't love. Don't like being loose on both sides of the board. So we are tied at 4 points each. Timo just won the match in the PR in the very last round. I think they've played 4 so far. This is match number 5. So the 3 covers, and I guess the 4 just comes out. Maybe because you're up in the race and it duplicates the 6s to make the 18 and to hit you. So now he rolls a 6-4, and I guess he should hit twice. You could make it, but you could also hit twice. That seems okay as well. Five, 1. And this covers and hits on the 5. You could do that. I prefer this. 3-4 hits back. Okay, I prefer the other one. 6-4, I think just makes the outside point. 4 goes hitting, and this is okay. 15-8. He's just going to try to roll good numbers to bring this home. And yeah, it's a good question whether or not he needed to make the anchor or whether or not he should have stayed back for some bad numbers. Um, Thank you guys for tuning in today, and ladies, of course. If you haven't yet, please smash the like button on the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm let people know that this backgammon content is out there. Now that the match is all tied up, who do you think is going to win now? Can we get a 1 for Joe Bernaba and a 2 for Timo? I am your host today, Justin Knoll, professional backgammon player and commentator, apparently, and coach from New York City, currently living in London. Of course, if anyone is interested in lessons, feel free to send me an email at justin@backgammonuniversity.com, of course. Doing lectures here in London, also doing in-person lessons here, and also do a lot of stuff online. It's been a lot of fun, actually. This 6-4, yeah, you could do this. 6-1 comes off the 20. Seems like the only play, to be honest. 5-4. Not a good number. Guess this is all you've got without giving away shots. Everything else does seem a bit worse, even though this does not seem great. We've got some 1s in the chat, some 2s, some more 1s. The 1s are a vote for Joe Bernaba. The 2s are a vote for Timo. This gives a double shot, but I guess he's down in the race, so he's not looking to necessarily come off of the 18. I can see his concerns there. The 3-1 is not great. I like this. Slotting the next best point. Hopefully trying to make the 5. He is coming off of this, but where else are the 2s going to play? That's the question, right? Double 2s is a terrible shot. He would have preferred to have missed your roll instead of roll that. My turn to roll? Really? I'd rather not. Not if I'm going to roll that. Both players getting some tough decisions here, which is nice. We want to see people sweat, of course. 1-3, this hits. I guess I would go to the 8. 3-1, okay. We have to lift the blot. No need to leave it there. And 6-2 gets to lift this outside. Oh, and double 6. And brings this all the way around, and this game is over. Cube, you're up a ton in the race. 30 pips, in fact. 4-2, no shots yet. 6-3, no shots yet. 3-1. Interesting thought. He was thinking about splitting off the back there, which would have been really interesting. Double threes, and Joe wins this game. He's still playing on for a gammon, which is reasonable. You get a free chance at it, even though there aren't very many. Might as well keep rolling. There's no way he could ever take 5-2. Double sixes, will that get him a take? 1, 2, 3, 4? Probably not. But you still don't win any gammons, so you might as well just give him the cube. 5-4. Seems good to make the anchor. 6-3. 6-2. I like this 2-down play. Seems reasonable. And now 5-1, I guess, is just 13-7. 6-3. Just 2 down. Now he wants to fill in the 5 on Black's next roll, and he gets to do even better by hopping out entirely. So this game is also over, and Timo wins a point here. Double fives goes for the blitz, and this has to slot, and 4-away score. This is a cube, and no one is on the roof yet, though, so I think you just take it, I guess. 5-6. 4-6. This should hit, I think, just to deny him the ability to make the 5, he hopes. But he gets to hit and make the 5. I'd make the 21, and I don't know, maybe I would just have come out, actually, instead of playing 13-7. Oh, and a fan. That was a huge roll. That's a lot of blots. I don't love that. That's a lot of blots. A lot of blots. You know, the guy just enters with 2 checkers, and now you're fighting to clean up all the blots and escape 4 backmen. Seems a bit big. 1-6 is a fantastic roll. 4-2. I guess we could come off of the 18. That seems reasonable. And now he hopes to reestablish one of those points out there. He needs to come off with one of these. Exactly. Okay. And does this one. 2-1. 5-1. It needs to come out. I mean, you're up so much in the race, you can't stay on the 21. I think you have to come out. And maybe just make the 15. I would just come out and make the 15. Yeah, I would have made the 15, duplicated the fours. Because you're up so much in the race, you can't afford to really be back on your anchor. And now you have to come off your anchor anyway, right? Duplicating these fours, but it would have been better before. Double threes, does this hit outside? No, but it does hit inside, which I think you should do. What? He's trying not to lose a gammon, but he's got a double anchor. Mm, better than hitting. The double anchor I probably hit, but this worked out well. Simon agrees with my plays. That's nice. Thank you, Simon. So 1 makes the bar 5-2, 4-2. Okay. Yeah, I guess we could hit. I might have stretched into the outfield to try to make the prime, but this is okay as well. 2-3. I'm not entirely sure what would have been right there. They don't give me much time to think either, do they? But now there's 2 checkers back behind this 5 prime, and that is not good for black. They are up 30 pips and stuck behind a 5 prime, which is generally not good for your winning chances. So Joe must be a massive favorite here. Even though he has 3 guys back, it's not behind the same type of structure, is it? Six two, okay. And Houston, we have a problem. I would have played 8 to 10, by the way. Kept it back there just in case he rolled like 1-5, 2-5, 1-4, 2-4 from the roof. Would have given me many more shots. Double twos. It's a good roll. Fan. Double sixes? No. 6-5. Okay. 3 on the roof. Bit funny. 3-5. This hits. Doesn't matter where it hits, I guess. Black needs a 6. No. What another shot. From hope to hopeless. You could block double sixes, by the way, if you wanted. Not something I would necessarily do here when the opponent has a 2-point board, but it's a thought. And having thoughts are good. Having plans are good. If you are playing this game without a thought or a plan, and you're just rolling dice and moving checkers, that's not ideal. That is not ideal. Okay, now maybe we break the 17 again immediately. Yep, trap play, get him off with a 6. Now the 1 steps up. Fantastic roll, by the way. You can stay there. You probably stay there. No harm in staying there. Probably still stay there, by the way. Give yourself a chance to catch that checker. And now you break the 18, I think. You could break the 18. Let him off with a 5, you know? Your trap plays, your trap plays. That guy's broken down to a 2-point board. I would have let him off with my 6-4. Then when he played 5-4, he would have had to have come out. And now look at the spot we're in. I mean, it's still a very good spot. Let's not complain. 5-4. Okay, this is less of a good spot, but still, he needs the number. He doesn't roll the number. 2 first, then 4 off. Or you could hit. No, you don't want to hit. You could lose the race if you hit, but you're just killing the race. Double ones. I mean, yeah, I guess you could do this. I was thinking maybe I just rip 4 off, but maybe this is better. 2, 3, 4. And this makes the 3-point classic blitzing versus priming. So the best play is 2 down now. And now double threes makes the 5. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Maybe 6 to 3 is also okay. 5 3 makes this. 4 2. Yowzer. Huh. Double ones makes the 5-point. This makes the 4. 6 2 hits outside. Now he needs to hit back with some combination of ones and twos. That doesn't happen. So you just slot the bar, no? Why wouldn't you just slot the bar? I know it leaves more shots, but maybe you win. Maybe you make the bar. I don't know. Okay, maybe there's an argument for it. I guess at 4 away, losing a gammon is an issue. You only want to lose 1 point here, so your opponent will be 3 away instead of 2 away. At 3 away, he still needs to win 2 games. At 2 away, he only needs to win 1. So yeah, maybe his play's right now that I think about it a little bit more and a little bit better. Since he's in the match, of course, he's already considering these things before they come up. That's how you can play so good quickly. You think about these things before they come up. For 1, okay. Guess we just bring it in. Double ones. Okay, this just clears the 6, I guess. I mean, this could leave a double shot with. I don't want to. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. I don't even want to think it. I didn't say it, so it didn't happen. You see? Yeah, you should rip it. The gammon is valuable at the score, and now double 6. So the gammon is obvious if he doesn't get a shot and hit it, which he might. He does not. So if he's going to lose a gammon, a backgammon doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. If you're already losing a gammon, the backgammon doesn't mean much because now you're at a free drop score. And the backgammon would have left you with no free drop, which isn't really worth all that much. Six five turns the corner. 5-2. Oh, okay. 4-5 is. I guess you're just playing the race, I guess. Part of me is thinking double hit, but there's no gammons, so maybe that's crazy, and this is better. Ugh. Looks rough. Double 6, okay. Not winning the race, but you kind of have to come out, right? And then look at making the 2 or whatever. See what the race is. You're only down 8. 6-3, okay. And another double 6. 5-3, okay. Double ones. Lots of crossovers in a very close race. 5-1. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. If you roll aces, you're probably going to lose. 5-4. They're taking a break after this one. That's good for me too. Double ones. 5-4. 6-5. 6-3. 6-4. Double ones for Timo. Okay. It's two guys off. Improves his distribution. Joe needs a good number. He only gets a 2-1, 5-1, and this goes 4-3, 6-4. There's a chance. 4-2, only one checker off. Joe needs a good one here, and then he'll be a favorite. He's not going to be a favorite. But there is a chance, and when there's a will, there is no way. Ooh, deep breath and sigh from Timo, and now let's see who the winner is. So Timo gets the point on wins. And he gets the point on PR, playing a 1.34, I think his best PR of the series so far. So, Timo takes a 2-point lead after 5 matches played. We have 6 points for Timo and 4 points for Joe Bernaba. And we are going to be taking a break, apparently. So I guess they'll look at the decisions in some of these matches, and we'll get back to you in a minute or two or three. Who knows? But I will be back shortly. My name is Justin Knoll. I am your commentator for these matches, and thank you all for tuning in today. If you have not yet, please smash the like button and subscribe to the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. And of course, you can see the info there. I am Justin, teaching backgammon all over the world, doing lectures, of course, as well. Please feel free to reach out to me for any information regarding that. And we will be back in a moment. Although no one has left the table. So am I going to be the only one to leave? I can't be the only one to leave. I don't feel comfortable. All right, Timo says let's have 2 minutes. Cool. Sounds good. Be back in two. I am back. We will be waiting for Timo. When he returns, we will be starting match number 6, I believe. Let me just grab my pen here. We'll jot down what's happening. So we've got Joe. So everyone who's won the match actually has won the PR so far. Joe has 4 points, and Timo has 6. And as far as like the PR averages go, I do not know who is winning the median PR at the moment. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have access to actually go back and see the numbers outside of the stream, so I would have to like look through the stream to get the numbers, which if somebody else could do that, that would be fantastic to let me know like what the PRs have been in all of the matches played so far, and they could like put that in the chat so I could read it and compile it and get it all together. That would be fantastic so we can figure out what the median PR average is so far going into these last few matches. Timo, current world champion from the Monaco tournament, of course, from Finland. Also, Joe Bernaba, as we can see, young, super strong player from Lebanon. And Timo is back. So I think they are going to get started. And let me just go back here and see when they're going to get this game going. I am ready whenever they are. Justin Knoll, number 10 on Galaxy today. Very nice. Kentaro Mejo is going to be playing with Mark Olson, actually, Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel, actually. And then Thursday we'll have another match, but it starts a bit later in the day, which is better for the US. I think it'll start at 1 p.m. London time instead of 10 a.m. London time. I think that's the case. I'm not exactly sure, but it could be the case. Both players are back. Message Timo. Let's see how this goes. There they are. All right, so it looked like it started off with 6-1 for Timo, who is now on the top, which is mildly annoying. Mildly annoying. Now that I have to switch the cameras back. Um, so how do I do that now? That is the board. This is Timo's camera. And this is Joe's camera. So now we need to switch the position of those. Now we'll put Joe down here. And then we'll put Timo's camera back to the top here. And that was not as difficult as I thought it could be. But for some reason, I cannot see. There we go. Okay. I think we're good to go now. You see, you never know where they're going to start when the break happens. So now we've got Timo on top and Joe Bernaba on the bottom. Are you confused? I am not. But I'm a professional. There's no need for me to be confused. Okay. Welcome back to the games. Thank you in the chat. I'm going to write down these PRs from the games. Joe. Actually, let's just 2.95, 2.22, 7.18, 5 and thank you, chat, for that. Very nice. Also, I think I got a message from Mehmet. Ah, yes, okay. So it is 4-6. Timo is leading in the median PR average as well. Timo is playing a 2.42 at the moment to Joe Bernaba's 3.15, which is still a very formidable PR, but Timo is playing lights out today. Thank you, Mehmet. Mehmet, of course, is the organizer of this event. 4-1. What an awkward number. Leaves a bunch of indirects, but none of them get hit. 6-5. I would just play in. I like this better. Okay. No, I mean, this leaves shots, and then you're just on the roof against a 5-point board, too, right? So, I mean, this is good. If he rolls a 6, you're really not doing too bad, are you? You have to hit. I guess you come off and just cross your fingers. Any fans, and then this covers, and now you don't have to cross your fingers anymore. Everything is fine. I guess it's like any sort of sporting event where like the teams switch sides at halftime, except we didn't do it at halftime. We did it after 5 matches instead of 4. 3-1. Okay, and now with 2 on the roof in this situation, you kind of look at it like there's 40% gammons, and here you play 4-1 off, 4-3. That's the better play. And this is good here as well, and 4-3, okay. And the gammon is unlikely unless you roll some doubles, or Timo starts to roll very slowly. But Timo does not roll slowly, he rolls quite quickly. And you play 5-4 here. Why not just 5-4? There you go. That way you get off with everything. The other way, if you move the ace forward, he noticed you missed with double fours, which is why he wanted to stay where he was. Um, and 4-1 just hits on the ace, I think. Kind of anti-positional, but what else do we have? 5-3 makes the point, right? Looks pretty good. It's rare we turn down pointing on the guy. Pointing on the guy, generally the right idea. Double threes, okay. Come up, come down, and now you're just up a ton in the race. 6-3 runs out, and then you think about the cube. So now you're up 10 pips, so you're doubling for sure. And if you stay back, you're doubling for sure. So which one can you take? Well, you got a cube, you're up 10 pips, right? So you're just doing good in the race anyway, even if you don't hit him, right? I guess he's leading. Maybe this is why he's not turning it. Okay. Makes sense then. Makes sense then, I guess. Let me get the chat back up here. See how everyone is doing in Chatsville. Someone in the chat said Timo is also a computer. You should see him when his glasses are on. He then is definitely the RoboCop of backgammon, for sure. Very formidable player, of course. Current world champion. And one of the most exciting finals that there has ever been, of course. Yeah, I like making the 2 point. Not a big deal either way. I just like having spares on the 13 and not having to have my checkers go that deep, but this is okay. Also, a 4 point board can't be bad if there's contact in the mix. 6-3 is a good roll, actually. I didn't see you could make that play initially. Last thing you want to do is be leaving a shot here. 6-3 doesn't get to run out all the way. 6-2 is not great, but it doesn't leave a shot because you can clear the 10. And maybe you can play 13-11, but because of the bluntness board, but maybe you don't want to do that being up so much in the race. And I guess there's just a bunch of bad rolls. Maybe you should just stay back. Because now you don't get a shot, and you would have gotten an outside shot somewhere after he played 2 down. Guess you just got to go. You could cover. Maybe that's okay, but maybe you just go. 4-1. I would just play 2 down, to be honest. I think that's not great for the race because it's not like you have much contact here anyway, right? So might as well play efficiently. Double 6. Who cares about efficiency when you can roll like this? And now his take point at this score is actually higher than what it is for money. It's 23.5%. So if it's a pass at the for money, it's a pass at the score. You can't take deep here because you can't automatically redouble for the match win. So I think you just have to let it go. Nick Barton in the chat. Nice to see you, buddy. How are you today? I mean, if your take point's higher than what it is for money, and it's a pass at for money, then it's a pass at the score. 4-1. Okay, I think we just slot. We should probably slot with the 4-1 as white. I don't see the downside. Okay, unless you're just going to roll double ones, everything is fine. I always forget the contingency plan. Yes, the World Championship was versus Doran Claxton, who was actually on stream yesterday, I believe, streaming a tournament from South Africa. He was the runner-up this year in Monaco. I know because I was there doing the commentary for the finals. Had a great time there, by the way. You'll never go to a tournament quite like it, so if it is within your means to turn up, I definitely suggest doing so. I remember my first year there, I stayed in a town right above. Then I stayed in Beausoleil, which is what it's called. And then I stayed at like an Airbnb in a woman's house one year, further down the strip, but in Monaco. Walking in the heat, drenched in sweat, you know? This is like the dues you pay as a backgammon player on your way up. You work your way towards staying in the actual hotel one year. But nothing quite like it. Winning that tournament can change your life. 3-1. Okay. Guess we can just clear the 8. We're doing enough in the race to make it worth it, I think. Six, 4. 6-1, no shots. And I think we just come out. Yeah, we're not going to be doing well in the race, but we're not really sticking around for any shots either. Give yourself the best chance you can here, which I think is the race, or it was. 5-2. Still not impossible. He's going to need some big numbers and some big doubles. That is a small double. White keeps missing with these fours, and then there's the double fives. Okay, so entirely possible. If he doesn't miss, oh, and he misses immediately. I don't like that because I don't know. I just don't love it. Is it better though? No, don't do that. Ah. So what gives you the most doubles to win? I mean, this is I guess you never get double threes, so it doesn't really matter. Post Crawford, he wins 4-2. White doubles immediately. It's very easy take. This just comes up and down. Great start for Joe. Timo makes the anchor and then slots the bar for the lack of a better thing to do. And getting rid of your 20-point anchor is very nervous at a 4-away score where losing a gammon could lose you the match. And I guess you could slot the bar, maybe. That would be nice. And make this just play with one blot. If you get away with this, you're actually doing really good because you could then maybe make the bar, and making the bar would be ideal. Right? And then he has to give up his anchor to hit you. 5-4, okay. This play looked like it had a good future. Someone in the chat is saying, go, Bernaba, go. Don't know where he wants him to go. Probably to the finish line with a victory. That's what makes sense to me from the message in the chat there. 6-5 comes in and out. Good roll. 2-6, okay. Interesting. So that could be the 2, and then the 6 would likely, I don't know, you coming down, you coming out. You're up 17 pips. This gets hit with 20 numbers, which means you're going to get missed by 16 of them. Getting missed by 16 numbers is good. There's a blot on the 1, so if they hit you, what it covers? Only 2-5, 3-5. 4-2 leaves liabilities all over the place. So you can hit it with any ace or 5-6. Double twos, though, not. Doesn't do it. 2, 3, 6-4. It's a good roll, and I guess a 5 would come out and cover. 5-4 misses. Told you it could happen. Now he needs to bring that checker to safety, and it does. And this slots the 5, which is good for the race, and 5-3. So after the play, you're up 5. Does that mean you want to clear this? Seems okay. Double 6. I mean, this has just been happening and happening and happening on both sides, by the way. But just when you thought you had hope in this game, it is dashed. It is over. It is gone for good. Three, 2. Double ones. 6-3. 6-4. 6-3 again. Looks like Timo's going to win this game. Get to 2 away, 1 away, post Crawford. All right. Now this is a pass. No, you won the opening roll. It's got to be a take, right? Okay. If you win the opening roll, it's generally a take at these post Crawford scores. Double 5s, not ideal. 2-1 makes the 5. F it. Make the 5, right? And that's how I think about it. You just put the letter F followed by it and then just make the 5, right? If you can make the 5, you make the 5. That's just how backgammon goes, right? And now he misses, and now your position is much better for it. and you anchor and you hit. And if he doesn't hit you back, you're doing good. But he does hit you back, so you're not doing great. 2-4 hits back, right? We've got this battle going. Hit again. Why not? And now he fans, you see? It's disgusting. But still, I mean, who would you rather be here, to be honest? It just feels like Black's position is going to be very, very, very difficult to get home. And I wouldn't even hit necessarily. You could just play 13-10. I don't know about giving up the 24-point anchor. I don't know about that. I don't not know about that either. But I mean, the 24-point anchor seemed like it would make it very difficult for them to get home. 6-5 fans. Brutal. And this makes the 10 and plays 6-3. Nothing else really. Wow. Okay. Yeah, seems okay. I mean, you would love to just come out here, right? I mean, can we do that though? I mean, uh, numbers telling you to come out. Now just roll a 3 and everything's okay. 4-1, things aren't that bad. 2-1, right? Not too concerned. Level 3's okay. 1, 2, 3. It's weird because you don't really want to be on the 18 either, right? So the question is like, do you just split off of it? Here, you have to just kind of go to the 9, don't you? You don't really have a choice. It leaves shots everywhere, but like, it's not like your game becomes easy by doing something else either. So he does it because it has to be done. Five two, okay, that hits. And 1-5 is trapped. That's a disaster. Doesn't seem unreasonable, but he gets to hop up, which is the most important thing. And I guess you just make the 1 heavy like this. Now he wants a 2. He does roll a 2. That's a fantastic shot, being able to block the 16. 3-2. Okay. This has to break the 10, I think. Don't really see much else. Level 2s. I mean, black only has one good number here, which is 5-5. I mean, how do you hit? I mean, how do you hit? It just seems like I just don't see because then the 5 covers and the 5 comes out. You can't even use it. This can just come out with both, I think. Great roll, double 2s, blocking his only escape plan, except for 1-6, which doesn't happen, of course. Three two. It looks like Timo is crushing in this game currently. I would make the 4, by the way. I mean, because you could leave a shot here, by the way. You don't, but you could have. Double 3's okay. Bring 2 of these points in. I can see he doesn't want to let him out with a 6-5, but he let him out with double fours, and Joe has a chance. Sick. Sick. 4-3, 2 down. 5-6, okay. Let's see how long it takes for Joe to cross over these two checkers. He doesn't get both in now, but he's got a speed board. He has a speed board. 6-5. Oh my gosh, and Timo just puts the nail in the coffin. He needs another double. Joe does know, and he can't do it. And Timo wins this match. The fifth one. But Joe wins the PR. He wins the PR, so there is something there for him. There you go. Okay, so now we have 5 points for Joe and 7 points for Timo after 6 matches, right? 5 for Joe, 7 for Timo after 5 matches. So Joe would really love to win this match and win the PR. I mean, he almost won the last match and won the PR to tie this thing up. That was so close. Absolutely ridiculous. This game is nuts, folks. Nuts. If you haven't played it before, if you're not familiar, get into it. It will bruise your soul. As I sit here thinking about it, weeping on the inside. Everything is good. Thank you all for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us at Backgammon Galaxy, which is nice. My name is Justin Knoll. We have Timo Vaatainen, current Backgammon World Champion, playing prodigy from Lebanon, Joe Bernaba, making it to the final 8 of this tournament that has been going on for months now. My name is Justin Knoll. I am your commentator here for this tournament. I was also participating, got knocked out, I think, in 11th place out of like 40 something competitors. Or one is a slot, actually. Very nice. Well, it is for money at least, that's for sure. Double threes makes the advanced anchor, and then we just play 13-10, hope to be missed. Double ones, okay, great shot. Can we afford to lift? I mean, oh, the 23 feels so ugly. Now you're just trapping yourself. Hmm. How about, no, how about we make the 2 and play 13-8? Why make the 3 and leave a shot when you can play 13-8 and then make the 2 point and leave no shots, you know? I don't like leaving shots. That's just me. The guy could roll it. And then I'd be dead. This making the 1 over 2 down. Okay, I think I played 2 down. Because now you could get awkward here, you see? With your next roll. The 2 blots, okay. He's trying to think about a way to play this. Difficult, very difficult. Or 1 just covers. Now 5-2 just slots the 2 point, of course. Or 2 makes the 2, slots the 3. And 6-4. Oy vey. You have to kind of come out, right? The median PRs are very close now. 2.97 for Timo and 3.1 for Joe. Ooh, thinking about the banana split. Oh, so do you just lose if he leaves? That's the real question. Do you just lose if he leaves? And I'm not sure you do. So I think the banana split has a lot less value if you don't lose every time he leaves, right? So you're not down that much in the race, and this could get you gammoned. He's smirking, but I don't know about smirking. This could get you a cube and get you G'd. The other way, I'm not even sure you were getting a cube, and now Timo's really, really thinking about it because if he hits you, you could be dead. You could very easily be dead. I would vote against the banana split. Your game didn't seem that bad. He runs out. It's hard for him to even pick up the other outside checker. You've always got those outside shots plus a bit in the race. I don't even think he doubles you without this play. And now he picks up both. And now you miss. And now he's playing on, but he did not actually pick up the other guy. I'm sorry, he did not cover. Right now there's a double anchor, but still very clear pass. So there's no reason to, I guess, do anything with the cube here. There's no way to really take this, not in this timeline or any other. Maybe you can try to trick the guy. For one, this gets to hit and cover, of course, and 5-1, a terrible entry. And now at 4-away, is making the 7 a market loss, right? That'd be a great question. Uh, okay, he made a new point. The only reason I'm thinking about the cube, of course, is the score. 4-1 makes the bar. I guess we got nothing, but this is a market loss for sure. Think you just make the 9 point and then cube after that. I would have made the 5 prime because now he gets to just do something, and maybe the double's a little bit weaker now, but still it gets a pass through, of course. 4-away, 4-away. Be wary of 4-away, of course. 6-3 comes down and just splits from the back. 6-4 makes the 2, I think. Oh, I guess you could hit. Yeah, maybe that's reasonable. Didn't really think about that too much. Yeah, I would cover probably. I don't know. Cover and play 13-8. Maybe making the outside point is reasonable. This only leaves one blot. Maybe, no. The anchor? Really? Hmm. I might have just made the board. Forced him, because that puts pressure on him covering the 4 point. Um, been doing some work on spots like that recently where the black player here would have, extracted all of their back checkers from their inner board and from their or from their advanced anchor state, and they've got nothing on the front side of the board. It just seems strange to want to anchor when they have bad numbers. That's all. 4, 2, 1, and the cube is coming. Point of last take is like 10 pips. He's up 8. 4 away, 3 away. Guess the take is fairly easy. There's a gap on the 5, which might be costly, but she's still up 8 pips, you know? So this is good. 4-1 fills that in. 5-1, 5-4, 5-2. I would just bring it in, and yeah, all right. 9 pips. I guess he would have lost his market, I guess, by that point. Double 6 in the race again. I mean, this is uncanny. Double 1's the other side of the dice. Double 5's. Still nothing. 5-3 makes the 3, of course. Now 2 away, 3 away. This is one of these scores we look out for to double early in gammonish positions, but not like the one we saw earlier where Timo still had 4 guys back. I thought that one was a bit early. The way I kind of look at this as the trailer is if it's a double at 2 away, 4 away, I would double it at 2 away, 3 away as well. So it allows me to not miss my market very much in these spots. Thank you all for tuning in. Of course, please smash the like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my Backgammon channel. Justin Noel plays BG as well. I will be running a contest for free lessons once we hit 3,000 subscribers, so that will be good. Please go follow me over there. Timo also has a Backgammon YouTube channel. I believe it is in his native language at the moment, though. So if you can find him on YouTube as well. Double 1's enters, hits, makes the 5. Great shot. Double 4's makes the point and hits twice. 4-2 hits back. 5-1 just comes out, I think. Coming out is okay. Coming down is also okay. 5-3, what a shot. You make the anchor. Stop all of the nonsense. Be difficult. You kind of want to make the 9. Then it doesn't allow you to move off the back, but making the 9 seems okay. 6-2 makes the 4 point. 5-2, okay. That 2 is for sure. Okay, this is not ideal. This leaves a shot. And it hits the shot. And he fans. Double 5's. This makes the 1. And Joe just wants to enter. He needs to win the game. Can't believe how many times he fans. I can't believe it either. 5-1 enters and hits. Okay, there you go. There's your chance, Joe, and he fans. 3-2 covers. And he fans again. And a swing just like that. And now Timo has 2 on the roof. And he does this to make the prime, of course, instead of just making that. And now he gets to do what? He gets to make the 7 with this and play the 3 down. This pays off to double 1's, but that's okay. And this is a 6 prime. Since there's no gammons, you don't want to make the 1. You just want to make the 6 prime. There are no gammons. 6 primes win games. Making the 1 point wins gammons, but there are no gammons to be had here. It's 2 away, and the cube has been turned. I really wanted an ace there to try to anchor up because Joe is going to hit loose if he can. Because he's not so concerned about getting hit back because he's not really going to get primed on the other side of the board. So this makes it, and the 4 comes in. Nice 7 prime. Take a picture. Ace. No ace. 4-3 hits. He needs an ace just to try to anchor. And Joe covers. And as long as he doesn't leave a shot, Joe is going to win this match. And if he wins the PR, we have ourselves a tied game. Going into the final round, we shall see what happens as the dice roll. And now he's odd on the outside, which is not great. Two big numbers, and he leaves the shot. He misses with the 4. 5-4, okay. And he comes in, and Joe wins the match, but does he win the PR? This is big. Did he see anything really bad that Timo did as the match went on? We don't know. We can ask him later. We'll see. As the drum rolls, and the PR goes to, this is a big one for Joe, and the PR goes to Joe Bernaba. He wins the PR point, and we have a tied match going into the final round. Sick, sick, sick. And with the PR win, what is the median PR now? Please, Mehmet, update me. Send me that grid you sent me before, updated. And this is the final match. I believe this is match 8, and we are tied up 7-7. This has been a great one. Thank you all for tuning in today. 3-1 just makes the 5, right? I mean, you can hit. Is that okay? Is that better than making the 5? Maybe it is. Could be. Certainly could be. Emo needs like a 5-1 or something to make the 5 point right now. That's like the most important thing he can do in this position, of course, is make the 5. Got a message from Mehmet. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and Joe has taken over the median PR after the last round as well. So Joe is in the lead so far with this match tied. Joe Bernaba has a median PR of 3.15 to Timo's 3.51 as far as median is concerned. The average PR is a different situation, but that is not what we are talking about today. We have been playing median PR. And if we are unsure what median is, oh no, Joe has a disconnection. Okay, everything is back to normal. Timo doubles. I guess you took this? You're down a bunch. Your opponent has a lot of freedom. 5-4 comes out with both. A disconnection could really throw you off. That's for sure. Wow, it's a bit awkward. I guess I would kind of like, it looks prettier to leave the shot, of course, by playing the 6, 13 to 7, and then playing the 5. No, that would leave a shot. No, you can't leave a shot. Leaving shots is against the law. Right, but like he's still leaving a couple numbers here. 6-1 at least, would swing the game for sure. But he's trying to avoid leaving everything stacked on the 8, which might leave a shot with like a 5 or something that he could roll. 5-4, 6-5 maybe, not 6-5, but 5-4 for sure would be ugly. Who won on the other hand? A little less ugly. Just a little less. Okay. This just goes to the 1, and Joe needs a 6. He doesn't get one. 2-1, I just cover, maybe let him crunch some more. I don't know. Seems okay. Maybe you could do this. You are up 35 pips. All of it seems fine to me. I like this one the least because of the gap. Yeah, I like this one. Letting him crunch. This was my first idea. Double twos. 3-2 just clears from the 8 now. Everything looks great. Perfect distribution. 6-4 just comes around. 3-2 brings everything in, and it looks like Timo's going to be taking a lead in this match. White doesn't lose very many games from here. They certainly lose fewer now. Thank you, Pete, in the chat. He says, great commentary, very enjoyable match so far. I agree. The play has been very exciting, back and forth. Doubles here, doubles there, doubles everywhere. I'm seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. I'm seeing twins everywhere I look. Double fives. And oh, 4-2. Do we still double though? Yeah. Give him the cube. Give him the cube. You've got a 4-point board with no anchor against a no point 1-point board with a blot outside. I would have doubled that. Still double this. 4-2 misses. Unfortunate, but I still keep pressure there. Yeah, this is okay. The 6 is duplicated. What does this duplicate? Nothing. This duplicates the hit and the cover, right? So now he has to hit twice and play 2-1, right? 2-1. Why wouldn't you hit twice? Joe made a face like, why wouldn't you hit twice? I get it. It allowed Joe to have a few more good rolls from the roof. Six two making the 18 seems reasonable. 5-4 is not ideal. Not ideal. 5-2 makes the 8-point. That's a great shot, actually. What? You want to come off? That's maybe okay. Probably would have made the 8. That puts a lot of pressure on the checker on the 23. But that's all right. Maybe tactically this makes sense with the 2 blots in his board. Right now we make the 8, please. 5-3, okay. Maybe we make the board just in case he leaves us a shot coming around, but he doesn't. 2-1, slot both inner board points. No, we could, okay, you could do it this way too. And 6-5 clears the 11. Double 6 catches up in the race. Forced play. 5-1. And double 4s makes the 2. And 6-3 has to come out, but he comes out with both. Was that clear? I'm not sure if that was clear, but it moved by pretty quickly. 5-2, no shots yet. He was still down in the race, I thought, by 10 pips. So maybe you stay back for 6-1, right? 6-1 is a number where you get paid, and then it turns into a good number, right? So like if your opponent's bad numbers turn into good numbers, then you has no bad numbers. That can't be good generally. Like I'm talking in riddles. I might be. Also, what I say might make sense. If you think it does, leave a 1 in the leave a 1 in the chat. 6-3 runs, 2-1 hits. 5-3. Okay, we can play the 5 down, I think. I like that. 4-1 makes the 9. And 6-2, this escapes, which is nice. And 6-1 also escapes. 6-2 gets out of dodge again. What a great number. Maybe I like coming out better. Is that nuts? It looks very difficult to come out, by the way. So that's one of the reasons why I like doing it, because it looks difficult to do. And if it looks difficult, yeah, I don't like slotting the back like this. I like playing 13 to 7 and maybe 16 to 12. Oh, what a roll. What an absolute killer roll. Yes, make the 5. Make the 5. For sure you make the 5, right? How could you not make the 5? Making the 5 seems good. I mean, it's probably a pass anyway, but making the 5 seems stronger, I think. There was no number that was going to really come in and come out. There's more fanning numbers, and then you just had a ton of numbers to make the bar. Thank you all for tuning in today, of course. Please smash the like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. I have my own YouTube channel, Justin Noel Plays BG, where I'll be giving away a few free lessons after I reach 3,000 subscribers. We're having a contest over there, so please feel free to go subscribe there. Very much appreciated. And of course, like always, you can feel free to send me an email for backgammon lessons at justin@backgammonuniversity.com. This is the final match. We are tied right now at 7 points each. And at the start of this match, for I believe maybe like the second time this series, Joe is leading the median PR. So not only does Timo need to win the match, uh, but also like he would also need to find a way to win by enough to turn the median PR as well, which wouldn't necessarily take that much because it was very, very close. Timo, I think, would be winning the average PR, but not the median at the moment. And double 5s for Timo. Massive lead now. And double 3s. See, here I would probably fill in the 4 and leave the gap, just because I think it's better for the race that way. Because all I'm thinking about is the race here. And even though the gap could be a problem, um, maybe it won't be. Double 5s. Do you ever play 6 to 1? I doubt it. Double 4s again. 5-4, 4-2, and I think we're going to be at the Crawford game again. 1 away Crawford, 2 away, incoming. Unless somebody gives Joe more dice to roll, of course. And that is that for that game. And now we've got 1 away Crawford, 2 away in play. So the cube is dead for this game, and he should split. 6-1 makes the bar. I don't know. Yeah, I like this. That seems reasonable, actually. 5-3 points. 5-4 makes the advanced anchor. Joe has an advantage here. He has the advanced anchor and the 5 point on the other side, so this is good for him. Don't think it's necessary to hit, but maybe. He's at a gammon go score, so he's considering these types of things, and 2-3 makes the 3 point. 6-1 makes the bar. Fantastic for Joe. 6-1, I don't slot, I just play here like this. 2 down is not great. He doesn't want to leave another shot because he doesn't want to lose a gammon at the score. And here you can probably slot, right? Maybe? Maybe it's not necessary. No, I don't think you got a slot. I don't think you have to necessarily, actually. It's not really in a prime versus prime, but maybe it's okay. I mean, it will help you get around, but that 2 is devastating for the other side, and this is great. 6 prime time. And Joe could legit win a gammon here. He needs to play as open as possible, right? It's like, yeah, maybe you even just come out, right? No, you got to slot the 1. I think slotting the 1 is better. I would slot the 1 and play the 4 down. Joe has to be sticking around if he can. Doesn't want to necessarily break the prime, of course, but he did want to stick around for another shot. I would play 5 to 4 just to kill your 5s. It's also better for the race. You would like to not have to play a 5 if you don't have to. 3-1. 6-5. 2-1. You can't leave again. There's a outside chance of a gammon here. He's going to need to roll big. 6-3. 6-5. No 2. Okay. There is a chance of a gammon here, a sneaky one. Should you get the heck out of Dodge, or will that just make his life easier? 6-2 fills in the gap, by the way, which does make his life easier. 5-2 crosses over to the 6 point. 5-3, he needs a big number here to get off of this. 6-3, and does he get off? 5-2, he does. And now we go down to the Crawford game after hours of play. Here we are with one game left in this series, and then we will go to the numbers and see who comes out on top. Who wins the PR makes a huge difference here. Who wins the match makes a huge difference here. Well, 5s misses, but still very strong. 5-3 hits. And if he gets hit back, that's a big decider, and he does get hit back. And you just come out. I don't think there's a need to slot. Oh, no, you can't come out, so you have to slot. My bad. 5-4 makes the 1, right? You can do that. You can hit. This seems okay. It's all going very fast. Now he rolls the 5, and 3-6 does not hit back. A 5 for Joe, and he gets to hit. He must hit. Oh, and a 3-6. Okay, well, he has this anchor. Yeah, he could switch if he wanted, which is interesting. Well, 6. Okay, still getting killed in the race. Still getting killed in the race. Uh, is this what we're doing? Yeah, you could. You could do this. This doesn't seem terrible. 5-4. 5-4 is not a shot, but it is not pretty. 6-2, maybe this comes out. Could this come out? 7's hit now. 4-1 makes the 2. Maybe, no, maybe we play 2 down from the 13. Oh, and there's the 7 from heaven. 5-4, just covers. Double 6. There's a shot. The last shot available. And he misses, but he has to stay for 6-5 because it might not be the last shot available. Double 6, and Timo wins this match. But does he win the PR? This is what it all comes down to. Drum roll. And I'm going to need an update from Mehmet if Timo doesn't win the PR. But if he does, this will be interesting. Drum roll. I don't know where Timo went. And Timo also wins the PR, and Timo is the winner of this series. Wow, that was dramatic. Welcome back, players. Let me ask to unmute you guys here.
Wow.
Wow, that was a fantastic, came down to the wire, tied. Joe, you were actually winning the median PR before the start of this last match. And
Yeah,
you fought back valiantly to come down to this and down to DMP. And whoo, it was exciting.
what a match.
Thoughts?
What a match. Thanks, Joe. It was
Congratulations, team. Very
you
good.
you did it not so easy for me.
Ah,
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we understand the feeling for sure. I mean, congrats, Timo. We'll see you in the next round. And Joe, I mean, you put on a heck of a tournament.
yeah,
You just kept winning round after round after round, and you're playing like some of the best I've seen. So that's fantastic. Um, Congrats to both players for making it here to the final eight. And yeah, any final words or thoughts? Shout outs to anybody watching at home before we sign off today.
yeah. It's a great tournament. Thanks for the organizers. Thank you for commentary and good luck, Timo, for the rest. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, it's extremely nice to play here. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I will see you guys during our next round, which is going to be Wednesday, starting at the same time. And I will see you all then. And thank you, Joe, and thank you, Timo, for a fantastic match today. We will see you all next time. Signing
See you.
off from Backgammon Galaxy. My name is Justin Knoll. And see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.